Tonight, Arrowhead Stadium was the epicenter of the NFL universe, its iconic red seats glowing under the stadium lights, buzzing with anticipation. The air was electric, thick with the energy of thousands of fans who had traveled from near and far, all converging for a game that promised fireworks and unforgettable moments. On this crisp Sunday night, the stadium played host to a high-stakes Sunday night football clash, one with serious playoff implications looming over every snap. The national spotlight was fixed on Kansas City, and the stakes couldn't have been higher for both teams. The Kansas City Chiefs, a modern dynasty led by the ever-dazzling Patrick Mahomes, faced off against the surging Detroit Lions, a team reborn with grit, ambition, and a hunger to prove themselves on the biggest stage. The Lions, once perennial underdogs, now carried the swagger of contenders. Chiefs Kingdom filled the stands in a sea of red, their voices echoing through the night. But the Lions faithful brought their own wave of blue and silver, determined to make their presence felt and challenge the reigning champs in their own house. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs looked to rebound from a rocky start to their season, eager to remind the league why they're always in the championship conversation. Meanwhile, the Lions, riding high at 4-1, were determined to prove that their hot start was no fluke, that they truly belonged among the NFL's elite. This wasn't just a regular season game. It was a litmus test for greatness, a battle of narratives, established power versus rising force, tradition versus transformation. Every snap, every tackle, every yard gained or lost would help define the story of this NFL season. The crowd's deafening roar set the stage for a night where every play mattered, where momentum could shift in an instant, and where legends could be made or broken. Could the Lions' explosive, fast-paced offense finally break through the Chiefs' disciplined defense? Or would Kansas City's experience and resilience hold strong under pressure? Would Mahomes, known for his late-game heroics and jaw-dropping throws, deliver his signature magic when it mattered most? Or would Detroit's defense rise to the occasion and silence the home crowd? With the series tied in the Mahomes era, this tiebreaker promised not just drama and high stakes, but a defining moment for both franchises, a chance to seize momentum and send a message to the rest of the league. Across the country, fans watched from living rooms and packed sports bars, holding their breath, waiting to see which contender would seize the moment and etch their name into the story of this unforgettable NFL season. The Detroit Lions stormed into Arrowhead, not as underdogs, but as a team on a mission. From the moment they stepped onto the field, their energy was electric, their focus razor-sharp. The stadium buzzed with anticipation, but the Lions carried themselves with the confidence of a team that knew exactly what it wanted to accomplish. They weren't just there to play, they were there to make a statement, to show the league that Detroit football was back in a big way. After a tough season-opening loss, the Lions didn't hang their heads. Instead, they responded with resilience and fire, rattling off 4 straight wins. During that stretch, they averaged nearly 35 points per game, torching defenses across the league and putting up highlight reel plays week after week. Their offense was relentless, attacking from every angle and keeping opponents guessing. Each victory added fuel to their momentum, and the team's belief in itself only grew stronger. Quarterback Jared Goff orchestrated a balanced, high-octane attack, showing poise and leadership in every huddle. He was supported by a punishing run game that wore down defenses and a deep, talented receiving core that could stretch the field or make tough catches in traffic. The offensive line gave Goff time to operate, and the play calling kept defenses on their heels. Every player knew their role, and together, they executed with precision and purpose. But it wasn't just the offense making headlines. The Lions' defense was equally impressive. Ranked among the league's best, they stifled opponents with aggressive play, tight coverage, and timely turnovers. Whether it was a crucial sack, a forced fumble, or a game-changing interception, the defense delivered when it mattered most. Their physicality set the tone, and their discipline kept even the most explosive offenses in check. Their swagger was unmistakable. Every celebration, every chest bump, every huddle radiated belief. The Lions played with a chip on their shoulder, determined to prove doubters wrong. They believed they could win anywhere, against anyone, and that confidence was contagious throughout the roster. Arrowhead's legendary noise didn't faze them. The crowd roared, but the Lions tuned it out, locked in on their goal. They came to Kansas City to make a statement, to show that they could thrive under pressure and silence even the loudest critics. This was a team built for the big stage, forged by adversity and united by a shared purpose. In the locker room, their leaders spoke with conviction, and every player bought in. The winning streak had created a bond, a sense of destiny that this season could be special. Their preparation was meticulous, their mindset unbreakable. The Lions weren't just hoping to compete, they expected to win. Every snap, every drive, every play was executed with the belief that victory was within their grasp. Their sideline was alive with energy, and their focus never wavered. Their momentum was undeniable, a force that seemed to grow with every game. Tonight, under the bright stadium lights, was their chance to prove to the world that the Detroit Lions were for real. The fans felt it, the players knew it. This was their moment. The NFL was officially on notice. Detroit had arrived, and they weren't backing down from anyone. The Chiefs entered the night with their backs against the wall, sitting at 2-3, a rare sight for this perennial powerhouse. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce remained the heartbeat of the team, but the offense had struggled to find its usual rhythm. The pressure was on to deliver, especially after a tough loss in Jacksonville. Arrowhead's home field advantage brought both expectation and urgency. This was more than a game, it was a battle for identity, a chance to silence doubters and reclaim their dominance. The Chiefs needed more from their supporting cast, and a defense searching for consistency. For Mahomes and Kelce, tonight was about leadership and legacy. Chiefs Kingdom demanded a response. Redemption was on the line. Arrowhead buzzed with more than football. Pop icon Taylor Swift was in the house, joined by basketball star Caitlin Clark. Swift's presence had become a phenomenon, her support for the Chiefs and Travis Kelce drawing new eyes to the NFL. The team's record with her in attendance was stellar, fueling playful superstition and media frenzy. Her return, fresh off a new album release, added a unique energy to the night. Every Kelce catch brought a camera cut to Swift, blending sports and pop culture in real time. For fans, it was more than a game. It was an event. The stage was set for a night to remember. The opening half was a tense chess match, with both teams trading blows but neither gaining clear control. The Chiefs' defense stifled Detroit's high-powered attack, while Mahomes orchestrated efficient drives, though the Lions' defense forced field goals instead of touchdowns. Arrowhead's noise rattled the Lions, but Goff stayed composed, relying on short passes and patience. Kelce was a constant threat, moving the chains and keeping the Chiefs' offense on schedule. The Lions' defense bent but didn't break, keeping the game within reach. Every yard was a battle, every first down a small victory. The scoreboard reflected the struggle, low scoring, physical, and fiercely contested. Neither team could deliver a knockout blow. As halftime arrived, the outcome was wide open. The tension was palpable. One play could change everything. The second half promised fireworks. The third quarter brought the breakthrough. Deep in Chiefs territory, Jared Goff faced heavy pressure but kept his cool. Jamesonwilliams, running from the slot, faked out his defender and sprinted up the seam. Goff fired a perfect strike, threading the needle between two defenders. Williams hauled it in for a 22-yard touchdown, silencing Arrowhead and igniting the Lions' sideline. It was a moment of precision and poise, a signature play for both quarterback and receiver. The Lions seized their first lead, shifting momentum instantly. The connection between Goff and Williams was electric, a sign of things to come. Detroit's confidence soared. The game had changed in a flash. Arrowhead fell silent as the Lions celebrated. A single play had flipped the script. Chiefs fans, stunned, watched as doubt crept in for the first time all night. The Lions' sideline erupted, their belief validated by a perfectly executed touchdown. With the lead, Detroit's defense turned up the heat, pressuring Mahomes and forcing the Chiefs to play catch-up. The momentum shift was unmistakable. The Lions were now in control. Williams' touchdown was more than a highlight. It was a statement. Goff's poise under fire silenced critics and energized his team. The Lions dictated the pace, playing with swagger and purpose. Kansas City faced a daunting challenge. The game's defining moment belonged to Detroit. As the clock hit 0, Arrowhead was left in stunned silence. The once roaring crowd, known for its deafening support, was now eerily quiet. The energy that had electrified the stadium just hours before had dissipated, leaving behind a palpable sense of disbelief and disappointment. Chiefs fans filed out, grappling with a 2-4 record and mounting questions. The season, which had started with so much promise, now seemed fraught with uncertainty. Fans in red jerseys trudged out, their faces reflecting the weight of unmet expectations and the harsh reality of the team's struggles. Meanwhile, Lions fans celebrated a signature win, beating the reigning AFC champs on their home turf. The joy was uncontainable, as they reveled in a victory that signaled a new era for their team. The stands were a sea of blue, filled with jubilant faces and triumphant cheers. Detroit's fifth straight victory solidified their status as true contenders. The players, huddling and cheering, knew they had achieved something special. High fives and hugs were exchanged, each one a testament to their hard work and determination. For the Chiefs, the loss exposed vulnerabilities and raised the stakes for the rest of the season. The frustration was evident on the faces of the players and coaches. Conversations on the sidelines were intense as they tried to figure out what went wrong and how to fix it. For the Lions, it was a coming-of-age moment, proof they could win anywhere, against anyone. The emotional celebration on the field was a clear indication of what this victory meant to them. Helmets were raised in triumph, and the players embraced, knowing they had made a statement. The national narrative shifted. Detroit was no longer an underdog, but a powerhouse. Sports journalists and analysts began to take notice, discussing the Lions' rise on TV sets and in headlines. The media coverage was extensive, highlighting their journey from underdogs to serious contenders. The implications were clear. The Chiefs must regroup, while the Lions ride a wave of confidence. Team meetings for the Chiefs were now more critical than ever, as they strategized their comeback. Meanwhile, the Lions celebrated in the locker room, their confidence soaring to new heights. This win was a rallying cry for Detroit's Super Bowl ambitions. The players and fans alike felt a renewed sense of hope and determination. Banners were waved, and arms were lifted in victory, as the dream of a championship seemed more attainable than ever. The NFL landscape had changed, the power dynamics were shifting, and new contenders were emerging. The league was now more competitive, with every game carrying significant weight. The roar of the Lions echoed across the league. Their victory was not just a win on the field, but a statement heard far and wide. The crowd's noise swelled, and the players celebrated with their fans, knowing they had made an indelible mark on the season. This Sunday night felt like a Super Bowl preview. Two heavyweights trading blows on the biggest stage. The Lions' victory was a defining moment, fueling belief that they can go the distance. Goff's leadership and Williams' emergence make Detroit a true NFC threat. The Chiefs, now 2-4, face a steep climb, but with Mahomes, hope remains. This loss could be the spark Kansas City needs to rediscover its edge. Both teams showed why they're among the NFL's elite. The drama, the star power, the stakes. This game had it all. Detroit announced itself as a contender. Kansas City was reminded that nothing comes easy. As the season unfolds, all eyes will be on these two teams. Tonight, we witnessed greatness, and perhaps a glimpse of what's to come in February.